It's just such a automatic, like tie into earth and the trees and plant nation. So yeah, I just feel nourished already. And we're here to launch. Well, GTEM is launched, but now we're here to really embrace taking it in hand and letting us work with the trees and one another about how we're going to spread this and bring this offering to the world, because it's actually, I feel like nature and earth herself are reaching out to us to help us heal. We're recognizing within certain communities of humanity that we need to heal immensely with one another and with our relationship with earth, but earth herself is actually reaching out to us in this way and in lots of ways, but this is like a major way. So did you want to, I'm sure you want to add something to that, Danny, before we come into an approach.
Yeah, beautiful. Just really wanted to welcome each and every one of you who are here. Some of you I know quite well, and they've been working with Ejna and myself or with the listening field all this year. And just a really special warm welcome to Jennifer and to Amy. And I know, Margaret, you're fairly new as well to this sort of gathering. And so my name is Danalia Castell, and I'm the founder of the Listening Field. It's a group space where humans and nature elders can come together to consult and to commune with each other. And, the purpose for GTEM is an invitation to people in their communities all over Mother Earth in whatever way that they choose to recognize and to honor the tree elders that live in their community. And so our approach with this is that it is a movement, and everybody's going to be bringing their own root or branch to the tree of the movement, and that our approach is very much from a place of listening and inner guidance and inspiration, as well as guidance from our particular tree elders as well. So we're not coming forward, Ejna and I, as people who know how to do this. I received the inspiration in the spring and put it out there, and Ejna then heard her own inspiration, and you've heard your own inspiration. So I think already we're seeing that there's like a mycelial energy that is in flow, and that's what we want to nourish, and that's what we want to continue. And so our focus today is going to be around connecting with our inspiration around GTEM and seeing what comes through our collective root system.
Yes. So what I'd like to do is just offer an opening invocation prayer for all of us, and then we're going to have each of you have a turn to speak, because we do want to put our names, all our names and voices and purposes here. I'm just taking some time to look at all the faces that are at least here, and it's beautiful. Tree Child, welcome. Esther and Joan, Andrea from Argentina, is it? Yeah. Margaret, Sharon, Rita, Danalia. So Jennifer, maybe at some point, if you're able, or Amy, to show us a tiny bit of your countenance at some point or the other. I know some of us don't have the IT bandwidth, but so let's all take a couple of deep breaths of the magic of our great spirits. Ooh, in and out together. Just breathe together from the nurturance of the trees and the air. Oh, beloved mystery coming to us, giving us life and remaining mystery while blossoming forth the entire universe and all the dimensions and the galaxies and the solar families and blossoming forth our earth in all her glory and our bodies in all of our complexity. Oh my goodness. And thank you for being with us and for sending us this message from the trees, the tree elder nations, and from there all of other links to other levels and degrees of our consciousness. Each of us, we know, are going to be touched in just the right way. So guide us in our work as we bring this movement forward to humanity, because we're really accepting that you're reaching out to us, and in listening and then having the courage to act, that we're going to be getting more guidance and more assistance from earth and the trees in this healing journey that we're on right now, and this leap of evolution that humanity is in right now. So thank you, Great Spirit, and all our guides in all the directions, and our own personal ancestors, and then our great human spirit that are with us too. Amatakuya se aho amen. Ashe. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Ejna. Thank you, thank you. So we'd like to have a circle share. And maybe just we'll go around in the Zoom squares just for ease, and inviting each of you to just share your name and the territory, if you know it, where you are, and your physical location on Mother Earth. And then if you would share with us who is a tree elder that you know in your own community. And it may not be one, there may be a group of them, but it just thought it'd be great to bring our tree relatives in right from the beginning, and by you introducing us to one or a grouping of them. So maybe I will just go first, and then I'll go to the right on the screen. Margaret, you'll be next, and then Andrea. So my name is Danalia. I'm on the unceded territory of the Quatsino Nation in a very small fishing village in Vancouver Island North. And there is a community of tree elders. There's actually 3 of them, and like a grandmother, a grandfather, and it's like a cousin or something that's in between. So they live right on the ocean here, and they were actually one of the primary inspirations for this project. So I just really want to welcome their Sitka spruce, their coastal Sitka spruce, right on the edge of the ocean, and there's the 3 of them. So thank you. And I'll pass to Margaret.
Yes, Margaret Bell. I'm on Tewa lands in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in the U.S. And it's interesting about the trees because I've always talked with them, both in my yard and in an area we call the bosque here, which means the trees along the river, and that's the Rio Grande River. But I've never asked them anything. I've just told them I love them and appreciate all their being there and being part of their family. And it was through the listening field in the 99 days of peace through unity that I actually asked them a question and they answered. And the feeling was amazing. So it includes a pear tree that's a flowering pear in my front yard, and a desert willow in my backyard, and then the trees in the bosque, which are a whole range of trees. So I am anxious to start listening to them. And I thank Danalia and Ejna for setting this up and being a part of this.
Thank you, Margaret, and to all you have called in. Andrea.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I am in the land of the Guaraníes and the Querandíes in Buenos Aires, Argentina, in South America. I've been working or attending listening fields with Danielia for 2 years now, and I've learned really so much. I'm so grateful. I particularly connect to an area of my country, which is in the north, near Iguazu Falls, and the Atlantic rainforest, which is like a cousin to the Amazon rainforest. Um, Almost the same species. And I've been partnering for this 99 days and for a long while with a Palo Rosa tree, a huge, very, very tall, around 500-year-old Palo Rosa tree, this one. And as well as a group of trees in that same area where he is next to the Iguazu River, the lower Iguazu River. But I've got a couple of trees that I've connected near my home in Buenos Aires. One is a seibu tree. She's female, beautiful, old. And one in my garden, a younger tree that I'm still getting to know. And I'm so happy to be here. I don't know exactly how or when or why, but I'm here. Thank you for being there.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rita.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rita, and I live in Western Colorado, former homeland of Nooch. And the tree that I've connected with through Listening Field is a silver poplar, a huge, massive tree that's got 4 trunks that come up right out of the ground together. And it's like they introduced themselves to me as the 4 chambers of the heart. So the name is La Cour. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome, Sharon. You're beautiful, Sharon.
Good afternoon. I am in Wilson, North Carolina, Cherokee lands, and the tree elder that I am resonating with is the bald cypress, which I call her Mother Sigh. I've always resonated with trees, and apparently, since my location here, Mother Sigh is my elder and guide for now.
Yes, welcome, welcome. Joan.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joan, and I am on the unceded territory of the Coast Salish people in Vancouver, BC. And for about 2 years, I've been aware of what I call the Ancient Ones and the ancestors of the Pacific rainforest that was here. I'm also on the unceded territory of the Pacific rainforest here in Vancouver. So I've been listening to them for a number of years, and I also have a hemlock, western hemlock, in my backyard, and in the middle of the city, there's a tree called the Tree of Heaven that calls to me as well.
Whew. Wow, feeling so blessed. Pam.
My name is Pam. I am currently on the unceded territory of the Lenape people in Brooklyn, New York. I have uncountable numbers of nature tree elders, tree beloveds. I've been in close communication with them since 2008 in Brooklyn and in Woodstock, New York, in the Catskill Mountains. And I was called to this neighborhood of Brooklyn because it's in proximity to a botanic gardens and a 600-acre park. And I was brought here to wake up the trees in terms of tree-human communication, do a lot of healing work on the trees, and generally start the flow of exchange between trees and humans. And so that I came here 6 or 7 years ago, and a lot has happened in that time. But the tree that has come forward to partner with me on the GTEM project wishes to be called my friend. And my friend is a linden tree, very, very wide in girth. And I think there's a tree map of the park. They've mapped like 15,000 trees, 16,000 trees out of the 30,000 in the park. And this one is recorded as having a diameter of 29 feet at breast height, human breast height, which is very unusual for the city. So I welcome my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Pam. Tree Child. Well, I guess that's your phone over there. So yes, go ahead, Tree Child, if you're ready. I'm not hearing you, but you are unmuted, but I'm not hearing you. No, still don't have any audio. Oh, wait a minute. It says merge with audio. Let's see. Here we go. I think we got it, Tree Child. Oh, let me see. All right, now can you unmute and then try speaking?
Ah, there we go. How about that?
Yeah.
Right.
We have to bring your phone
Well,
and your computer together. That's what we have to remember. Okay,
yeah.
got it.
So I'm in Nova Scotia, the unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people, and I'm feeling called to bring a tree elder from one of the islands on the lake where I live, hemlock tree, to this gathering today. And yeah, I'm right by the lake. So grateful to be here. I just really loving that there's other people who are doing this work that I've been doing for a number of years now. Oh, there went the video.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Tree Child. Thank you. Oh, there's an echo. All right, Jennifer.
Hello. Yes, so I'm Jennifer. I'm currently living on the unceded territory of the Post Salish people on the west coast of Canada, and particularly the Kawatsan Mustima. When I go for walks, I connect with whichever trees are around me. It might be a particular tree that calls to me, and I just bring my attention and listen in and communicate with that particular tree. Often, as I'm on my walks, it comes from what we also know as cedar trees or the spay, which is the Hulkaminam name for that kind of tree. Thank you.
Beautiful. Jennifer, can you say that name again? That's the name for the cedar tree in Holcomedum. Can you say it again?
And maybe Amy can say it better than me. I'm still learning. There's a special way to make
Yeah, I'm still learning too.
Come out of your mouth.
Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, Amy.
Oh, yes. So, yes, it was so incredible to meet Jennifer. We just met. Actually, I'm learning to say Cowitson. I believe it's Stylo or Stalo. Jennifer can correct me. Was learning Hulkonium. And so I'm actually in the territories of the Algonquin-speaking people. So there's a longer description I'd like to say. I also want to be aware of the time, and that I just kept, so it was about an hour away, but I kept getting called to the Cowitson, like Stylo River. And that's where I met Jennifer. And it's just, the whole thing really amazes me. And again, to honor everyone's time. And a tree elder, that what's wild is this, the place that we lived before, that's like not too far from where we are right now, had what I referred to at the time as a mother oak. And I was seeking to learn, and that's when I started to learn Hokuneum, which is a dialect. I won't get into it. There's similar to Algonquin, which is the original language of this area, because I wanted to learn the original names of these trees with the land of the people. And so the colonially known as a Gary oak is Hokuneum would be Puak, and I'm still learning to say these two. So this mother Puak, in one area, and then so it was very hard because we were very much looking forward to the loving home we're in right now, or I learned to say Lelam is home, and I was really concerned to leave her because everything that was so challenging, I'd always kind of gone to her in that connection. And like I was saying to Jennifer, I don't like to say was on our property. I like to say like, it's like, for me, it's a tree elder around our home. And so when we moved to the space we're in now, there's 7 like push around us, like on what's known as our yard. But again, I don't see it that way. So, and the name, what I really loved is the video that I watched a video that it was Master Lady Kira talking, I believe. And what, I want to make sure I'm getting this name right. Daniela, is that how you say it?
It's Danalia.
Danalia. And how you were saying that you were talking, really respecting that each communication is specific, like to the tree and the person, because I don't like to speak on behalf of anyone's body, and definitely not trees either. So in my understanding, what I know to be Kakatina speaks to me, and we have this beautiful connection. So I was saying, again, like for somebody else, that may not even be her, and but it wouldn't be Kakatina necessarily. What I find is that just my entire life, it's always been something I've felt called in here. I hear ocean, but I wouldn't have been able to articulate that before, especially not before having Indigenous mentors and everything. So it was something that was already happening, and it was so lovely to be able to put words around it, and to be here is just blows me away that it exists. So I'm very excited. Thank you all.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, and welcome to the group of 7. Esther.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm assuming that it's afternoon in your time zone. My name is Esther Penner. I live on the unceded territory of the Tongva Nation, and which is Los Angeles, California. The tree elder community that is most local to me, that I am particularly drawn to, is a grove of coast live oak in the city known as Calabasas, which was the territory of the Chumash Nation, but essentially about 45 minutes from where I currently live, so close. I have always felt really like I most identify with the coast live oak, its nature, what it represents, and they grow through all the arroyos in Southern California. So wherever I go in Southern California, I can usually find a coast live oak, and I know they are all connected. And they just bring me a sense of unity is the best word I can find. And as a lot of you may know, I was drawn to the listening field by the Council of Muir Grove, which is a circular stand of sequoia trees in Sequoia National Park, also in California. And They have been exquisite mentors, companions over the last couple of months since our reunion, because I had met them before, but our reunion in June when Danalia introduced me to the concept of actually having human conversations with trees. And I've enjoyed them ever since. So thank you, Danalia. It was an incredible gift. As for what am I doing in this group, I don't know yet because so much is changing for me. Where life I'm going, where life is calling me. That's the best I can say.
Beautiful. Thank you, Esther. And Nancy, and then I'll turn it over to Ajna.
Okay, I just Googled, this is the white birch tree. I grew up in northern New Jersey, and my parents were given wedding gifts of 2 white birch trees, but they were much thinner than this. I don't have any good, this is a picture, but it's much too large. The ones we had were much smaller, but the bark is so unusual. And I had other pictures and now I can't find them. This is the closest to the bark. It's like very rough and it peels off. It's and very beautiful. But when I grew up in New Jersey, these were so delicate and fragile because in the wintertime, they'd be like 3 branches going up. And then when the snow came, they would bend and bend and bend and touch the ground. And then when the sun came up, they'd start, you could actually like physically see them move. And then if the snow came, they'd go back down. And then I'd always see them go up and down, and then they'd be back up straight again for the summer months, and then go back down. They were just so flexible, and I just loved them. And we were around the Lenni Lenape Indians, and some of the streets were named Lenni Lenape and Ramapo. My high school was Shakamaxon. I don't know what that means, but I'll have to look it up. And so here's all my little critters saying hello. I love all my little dolls. They give me pleasure as much as trees, and I'm a nature girl. Say hi to everybody. Hi, how you doing over there in tree land? I love you. Okay.
We're good. Thank you so much, Nancy. Thank you. All right. Ajna.
Yeah. Oh, this is just so wonderful to be with all of us tree lovers and nature lovers and spirit lovers. And we're all adventurers, each in our own way. I am actually Ajna Jean Fleury, and I am actually have the great honor right now to be coming to you from my home reservation here in South Dakota, the Crow Creek Sioux Reservation that I'm visiting for a few days. So what an honor. I get to sleep right by the Minichaussee, the Missouri River at night, and this reservation sits on the shores of the Missouri River. So, and the tree elder that, I've been in love and in touch with trees my whole life, but one tree that particularly reached out to me is a great redwood tree on the shores of Lake Zurich in Zurich, Switzerland. And it was such a surprise. And this tree's name is Trumpeter. And I thought it was the only redwood in that whole territory, but it turns out there is another redwood tree somewhere in the vicinity, and I want to meet that tree also. But that I draw strength from trumpeter, even though I'm halfway around the world. And I also want to acknowledge the trees that I see in the distance as I look out this window, because the trees are lining this huge field, and the support, it's just amazing how just simple acknowledgement and the tiniest invitation, and they're just like whoosh with so much support and magic. I guess that's the best word to say. So we're going to move on to a more practical way.
That first sentence, read it.
Oh, my niece is telling me about this right here. Lower Sioux tribal community. The whole, what did you want me to read here?
Right, that first sentence.
The first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Teoshpe Uta Yunawi, or Grace Goldtooth, is from Lower Sioux Indian community in Minnesota, also known as Kanasupayapi.
Chasayapi.
Chanyayapi.
Cha is wood, and then sha is red. Then yapi is they paint.
Oh, Chayangpapi, where they paint the trees red. She works to advance the well-being. Okay.
Well, that's the connection we have with our redwood trees.
Oh, this is the connection with the redwood trees. So right when I'm acknowledging trumpeter, I'm getting the message of how the redwood, our red trees are created to the redwoods. There's synchronicity before our eyes, right straight into our hearts. This is so beautiful. Thank you. Whoa. So we're going to bring this magic and this nurturance into more practical level right now, including with Nancy's trio sitting in front of us, joining us. And we're going to talk a little bit more about some practical things about what we're doing. Let's see here. I've got several things open for my reference. So we know that we're going to need things like a Facebook page. And we actually have someone who has volunteered to make a website. I mean, not a Facebook page, I'm sorry. A website. We're going to need a website because there are so many that are not on Facebook. There are a lot that aren't even on the web, but we have someone who is willing to build a website for us. And so we do know that we can all make suggestions, and we're inviting everybody to bring forward what you think would be good for our website. And it's not just up to Danalia and myself, or even just a few of us. I would say all of us. This is an opportunity to honor the trees and build a website that we feel is full of the love and the honor and what we would want. So we're going to be inviting people to add to the contact for our website. And we have this Facebook group, and maybe coordinating the communications on that. Maybe that's something that maybe could rotate quarterly or something like that. This is something we're just putting out what we know that's practically going to be needed. We're not trying to do all this today, but to put it out into the universe and into our own minds and into our hearts as we think about our networks of people. And then how we want to, do we want to have an overall coordinator for our program? And would you, or do you know someone who would maybe want to kind of oversee coordinating? Right now, Danalia and I we've had the inspiration, we've launched the whole movement, and we're holding this planning meeting, but this planning meeting is exactly about this kind of thing. How do we help one another, just like the trees do, where it's not falling on any 1, 2, 3, or 4 people, that we're kind of managing this together. And it's a discovery process at the same time. So what we've done is with and there are probably other practical things that I'm not even mentioning right now, but what we've done is we're going to work with jam boards, which is new to me. I've never worked with a jam board myself, but Danalia has a link, and I'm going to put this Jamboard link, or maybe Danalia, maybe you could put the Jamboard link in the chat. And we're going to use these to brainstorm about these practical things. And we have 4 questions that we're going to be working with on these Jamboards. And I'm just gonna tell you what the questions are before. I don't know if you're going to go to the Jamboards or just listen to me or want to wait, but
Yeah, Ajna, I think what would, because the questions are on the Jamboard.
they are on the
So
Jamboard. Okay.
why don't, if you don't mind, what I'll do is I'll take it from here. I'm going to put the Jamboard,
Okay.
the link in the chat, and
Okay.
then I'm going to invite everyone to open that link. When you click on it, it's going to open in another tab outside of the Zoom. And ideally, what you can do, which I've shared already, is that you can grab the end of the side of your Zoom, and you can move it in so that your Zoom screen is actually narrower. It's on one side. And then you also have the Jamboard open at the same time. And so first of all, we want to just check, can everybody access that link? And do you see a screen in front of you that says, what inspires you about GTEM? And that too, you can widen the sides of that Jamboard. So can everybody open that? Well, there's Ajna, seeing Ajna, we can, because we're going to be able to all work on the boards at the same time. It's really cool. So again, open it.
Are you
Are we
referring
gonna
to the Facebook page?
No, the link that's in the chat, Nancy, if you go to the chat,
Okay. I see. Okay.
yeah, click on that link that says Jamboard, and it will take you to another tab, open another tab on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
And you should see a page that across the top it says, what inspires you about GTEM?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so
Pam, you had your hand raised. You're on
Yeah.
mute.
Are we supposed to be able to type into that document?
yeah, you should be able to. I'm not type. I'm going to show you how to use the Jamboard.
Oh,
So I
okay.
have to show you you have to click something and then yes. So is everybody got it open for themselves?
And I'm going
Yes.
to welcome Goji.
This is my friend from Prince George.
And Goji, what we're doing now is we're, Danalia is probably going to have to re-enter into the chat the link to the Jamboards, since it's probably not going to, I don't think you got it in time to see the link. But we're going to go to the Jamboards, and there are going to be questions on there that you're going to be able to answer. And do we work on one question at a time? Is that what?
I'm going to guide you. I'm going to guide you through the process. Okay.
But I would still want to ask this question. Are we just going to work on them one question at a time, or will we be able to flip back and forth?
You can control which board you're working on. So you can do them sequentially. You can do them and go back and forth. They're different questions. I'll walk everybody through it so that it's really clear. Hi, Goji. Nice to see you. Okay. So first of all, what I want to direct you to is, you see the top right in the middle, it says 1 of 8. Do you see that? And there's an arrow on the right and an arrow on the left. So I'm just going to tell you up front that I made 2 boards. with the same question. So that's why you see a 1, and then the next one you're going to see a 2. So this is how you navigate between the Jamboards. So if you press on that arrow that's on the right, you go to the next frame. But it's the same question, but you see a 2 on it. And then when you click it again, the next question is, how do you imagine pollinating this calling to honor local tree elders? Or how do you imagine sharing this calling to local tree elders? So click it again, and it's the same board, but it's page 2, just so we've all got lots of room. And then the next question is, how do you imagine this movement wants to organize itself? Okay, and then the third question, so there's page 2 for that, and then this is a page just for miscellaneous amazingness. Just anything that comes to you and you just want to put it on there, you get to do that. So just to make that nice and easy for you, so go back now to page 1. Okay, so now somebody knows how to do this, which is really awesome. So over here on the left, oh, wait a minute, I need to be sharing screen. That's why this is an issue. Got it. Goodness sakes.
Actually, I only have what inspires you about GEM parentheses 1. I don't have 2 or 3.
Huh. When you go up, do you see where my cursor is up at the top here in the middle?
Yes.
And you click it, that's how you get to the next page.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't see where your clicker was. Okay.
Well, and thank you. I wasn't sharing screen. My apologies. My apologies. Okay. So over here on the left where you see my screen, so here's a pen. So you can actually draw with the pen. And then if you want to erase, then I can also erase. I can erase that. Okay. Yeah, get out of there. Okay. I'll finish erasing. Okay. And then over here, down here, this is the fun one too. This is a sticky note. So you click on it, brings the note up, and then I put my answer, what inspires me about, and the answer is protecting elder trees. Okay. And then when I go save, then that sticky note is there. And that sticky note can be moved anywhere. And you can also edit it by clicking the 3 dots. So you can edit it. You can also duplicate it and then change what's inside. You can delete it as well. Okay. And you can make it bigger or smaller. And we keep them fairly small here because we can, so that we can see everybody's. All right, so that's the sticky note. Then here's the other really cool thing. It's like that question, how could I imagine this movement organizing itself? You might think, oh, the mycelium or something of the trees. So you click that one, and then you can go to Google Image, and you can literally go mycelium, and it picks up pictures, and you go, oh, I like that one. And I select that one, and I go like that. Ta-da! and then you can put your thing on it, and then with this it might say this one is order and I want to bring it to the front, and so it's like, okay, I'm putting my thing on my thing, and again you can grab a corner and make it bigger or smaller. Okay, so that's number 2. And then circles, yeah, you can just make a circle and write something in it or draw something in it. And then text box, so click it and then just go like that, and voila. And when you I double click to get into it, test big words, and then if I want, I can make the word go long, I can make the words go like that, right? So you can adjust the size. And then this one, I forget, what's this one? I guess it's another drawing thing, but there's probably different colors. Anyways, so is that clear for everyone? You click on it, you select it, then you click on the board itself, and it'll bring that item, and then you can put words in it, or you can, I want to unclick this. Okay, so is that clear for everybody? Let's just say delete, delete. There we go. Delete, delete, and delete. And
Now,
so
will this Jamboard be on your website, or is this
it's,
something unique and special?
it
Just
is unique and special, Nancy. It's in the cloud. So this Jamboard will stay up in the cloud, and you
Mhm.
can, anybody can access it anytime. Okay, so what
if what do we go to jamboard.google.com and we have to put all these other letters and numbers after it?
No, that same link that I put in the chat, you can just copy that link and keep it somewhere on your computer. And when you click it, you'll end up in the same place.
Oh, I put it in the contact list under your name.
Or yeah, somewhere where you want to keep GTEM.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a website. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, cool. So this is how to use it. And you see that right now we have these 3 questions about inspiration. And as Ajna said, more questions are welcome. I did kind of make that last page the miscellaneous amazingness, but it can of course be where you want to, you can add other questions. And once we finish this exercise, we will come back and look at those boards together. And then if you want to say something more about what you put on it or why you put on it, then that would be the opportunity to do that. So yeah, any questions about this? That just using the Jamboard.
Yes, so I put something on there, and then somebody put something on top of it. Then another thing came, and now I don't see any of them.
Okay,
So
what page are you on?
The very first Jamboard page I was
Okay.
on. So that to partner with trees was put on top of what I had there.
Right, so it'll always put it in that top left corner. So when you create something, then just go there and move it away from that point and put it in the board somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to move that. So somebody could, I would like to move that somewhere else.
Which one? The yellow
That
one?
Yeah.
This one up here?
Yeah.
So click on it and then you get the claw, right? You get the.
Okay, when I'm on your when your page is there, then it knocks me out of that. Okay, I got.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to stop sharing, and then you know what I'm doing here won't interfere with you. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I just wondered, do we need to talk about the questions at all? Like, are the questions clear for everybody?
Well, the questions are not showing up for me, and I can't click on text box or anything to have anything show up on the screen for me.
The first.
Maybe you need a screen share.
There we go. Now, number 2. Okay, and then.
Yeah, I think we lost the question for it. I think it got deleted by accident. So I'm going to put the question back up on this page for everybody. And it's just what inspires you about the global tree elder movement. Okay, what inspires you? And we just used Je t'aime, which sounds like I love you in French. And this is just page 1 with that question. The next page has that question too, just so that, you know, maybe there's a lot of things inspire you. So we have lots of room.
Okay, but live, I cannot figure out how to get a post-it up there. Nothing's, when I click on the left-hand icons, sticky note, I don't get a sticky note showing up on the screen for me.
Not right away. You have to click on the sticky. No, you get. So you have to click. You click on it, and then it comes like that, and then you type in it, and then when I type, it says save, right? And then save puts the sticky note there. You see?
Well, you're doing it, but I can't do it.
Well, you will when you do it on your own. If not, I'll come and try to help you. Okay, but I just want to. Is everybody ready to start being creative with the answers to the questions? So, are we ready to begin? Yes, no, maybe.
Well, I got my note on the wrong page.
I think you can copy it and paste.
Thank you.
And you can just explain that when we get there, or I think you can copy and paste it.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank you.
that's not it. It's mostly this is about having fun and you know, be as creative as you want with images or drawing. I just want to check if everybody feels okay now. Hello, Juliet. Have you got the link to get onto the Jamboard? No. Okay. Have you worked with Jamboards before?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just go to the chat. So is everybody else okay to go? Yes, I'm getting a head shaking. I'm getting yes. Andrea, everybody else? Okay, perfect. Esther, you're good to play?
I am, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So if you want to turn your own video off while you're doing this on your own Jamboard, and as I say, there's 3 questions, the 4th board is open, feel free to do that, and I'll work with Juliet here. All right, so now
Actually, sorry, I can say from my experience as a teacher,
yes,
and
please.
using Jamboard, that it is a very friendly system. Do not be afraid or whatever. It's so friendly to use. Just to make things easier, just click on the option of the messages. Just fill in the message and put save, and then see if you can place it so that it doesn't overstep on somebody else's. But it's very simple. It's just that. It's easy to use, very friendly.
Thank you, teacher Andrea. Okay, Goji says he'll work on another time. Jennifer's going to work on it another time. Rita's going to work on it another time. REM is her moniker. So she's going to put her initials on her. You can do that too. You can do that too. All right, Juliet, I'm going to get this in here for you. All right, so Juliet, you click on that link that I just put in. It's going to open up a new window for you. Let me know when that you have it ready.
Inspirations around GTEM.
Yes.
Okay, I've got it. I've got it up.
Okay, so
Thank you.
on the left-hand side, you see all these different icons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
Oh, yes.
the top one is a pen. If you clicked on that and then
Okay.
you put your cursor onto the board to the right, you would be able to draw something. Okay. And then if you didn't like what you draw, you go to the icon below the pen, and that's the eraser. And then you could erase it.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Now,
Right.
the ones we use the most are there's the arrow one, which is to select
Right.
something. But let's go to the one below. It's a sticky note, and you just click it, and a sticky note will come up in front of your face.
Oh, yes.
And you can type
Yeah.
in it. And then you click save, and that sticky note will show up in the top left corner of the board. And then you can move it to where there's a space. And I do want to say right now that I put 2 pages for each question, because there's so many people. So if you don't see that there's much space right on this page, I invite you to go to the top middle of this page where you see a box that says 1 of 14, and there's a little arrow to the right. If you click on that, it's going to take you to the next Jamboard.
Sorry, just you said that in the middle of the page, I go to a big box. Oh, right up above.
Yeah, right beside the title.
Bar.
Yeah, so click that little arrow.
Okay. Oh, yes.
And there's
and then I can find the empty one.
And there's an empty one. Exactly, exactly. And if you go again, so click it again, And then it's going to take you to the next question, which is, how
Oh,
do you
I
imagine?
can't see it anymore. It's disappeared.
Okay, go back, click to the arrow on the left side and go back.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, yes, that takes me to the original. Yes.
Okay, so you want to be on, if you go to page 4, you're going to see a new question. So we have 3 questions in total.
1, 2, 3.
You click once. It's going to take you once to a next board. Once, you have to keep clicking once.
Shall I click on number 4?
Well, I wanted you to just see that there's a new question on the 4th one.
No, I can't see the question.
Are you on
Maybe
page
I need
4?
glasses.
Up at the top, it's very top. It's in blue. It says, "How do you imagine?"
Oh yes, I don't have my glasses with me.
Okay.
It's very late, so I'll wake up everybody if I go upstairs. What is it?
It says,
what does the question say?
It's just, how do you imagine sharing about GTEM? Sharing this calling. How do you imagine sharing it?
Sharing what?
The movement, the project, GTEM.
With the Global Tree Elder Movement.
Yes, yeah. I'm sorry you missed the beginning where we were explaining what we were doing here.
Sorry, what did this not just start now?
No, sorry, Juliet. We started at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. So we started an hour and 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I thought it was 11. Oh, so that's 10 p.m. my time. I thought it was at 10 p.m. Universal time, which is 11 p.m. my time.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay. I'm waking up for this. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, how would I like to communicate GTEM?
That's the second question. How would you like to share? How do you imagine sharing about it with your community or with people? So we're brainstorming ideas and inspirations. The first question is, what inspires us about it? The second one is, how do we imagine sharing about it? Right? And the third one is, how do we imagine this movement wants to organize itself? So those are questions.
How do we imagine this movement
wants to organize itself? I'll put the questions in the chat. Would that help you or no? You haven't got your glasses.
I haven't got my glasses.
Okay. I'm sorry. You can.
That's fine. I can remember those.
And you can actually also put things into the Jamboard tonight or tomorrow. You can go and do that then if you want, because other people are going to do that who had to leave. Okay.
And
so
Leah, it looks like question 4 and 5 are identical.
There's 2, the questions should be on 2 pages because for room for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Right? So that's why you see a 1 after the 1, and then there'll be a same question with a 2 at the end. Because
yes, gotcha.
Page. Okay. All right. So if everybody's okay, I'd like to spend some time on the Jamboard.
So Emily, I was having trouble doing a sticky note, and it was so little, I couldn't figure out how to enlarge it. It was pretty much unreadable. And I tried with, going to the corners and going to the sides, and it wouldn't do anything other than move it around.
So I would say, Margaret, down
Yes?
below is text, so that you don't have to just use sticky note. You could go down a little further and where it says text, and the text is actually larger.
Okay.
Juliet, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
We have someone here from Ireland. Wonderful.
I have to find the Facebook again. Oh, there we are.
So it looks like we're working on these Jamboards, so it could be that Danalia might have to put it in if Juliet arrived after you put it in, maybe.
I'm very sorry about that. I got the time wrong.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, I'm sorry
I'm
too,
so
really
looking
am.
forward
Yeah.
to it.
Yes, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it is recording, so please, you
Great.
could enjoy the recording, and then we forget that, you know, this is a global movement, so we're going to have to make sure we determine whether we're going to use universal time or all Eastern time for the United States, which I think we probably shouldn't. But I'm not used to working with universal time, so maybe it's going to cause me to stretch, which would be good, you know, because we want to be global. So thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to work on the board a little bit, get something on it, and at least answer something. Let's see.
Delia, can you put the Jamboard link back in the chat, since I got booted out and then had to come back in? It's not in the chat for me anymore.
I just put it back in there again. It's in there so
Thank
that
you.
you can access it, Juliet, and whomever else. So if you click on that, it'll take you to the Jamboards.
Yeah, Juliet's
Thank you.
in.
Tell me, how do we save that into something else other than this? Save it for notes.
You know
or
what I
something?
do is I copy, and you know where you have notes available and notes on your computer? I usually open a note and stick things for the day in my notes.
I'm not quite sure how to
Juliet,
do that, but
Or you
Juliet.
could even email it to yourself too. Yeah.
So the
Oh,
Jamboard
yeah.
exists in the cloud, Juliet. It exists in the
Okay.
cloud. So
Uh-huh.
that link never changes. The link that we put in the chat, just copy that. And as Ajna says, put it in your notes or something in your computer. And then you could go back and fill this in tonight or tomorrow or something like that. You could actually work on
Right.
it then. Okay. So it's not saved to your computer, it's saved to the cloud.
It's just
Okay, well,
finding
I'm
a place,
yell
finding
at
a place
myself.
you want to keep a copy of the link. So I usually put it in my notes, but you could even email it to yourself.
I've just emailed it to myself. That's a brilliant idea because I don't use those notes and things.
Yes, yes, yeah. And then you could probably create a folder for yourself somewhere if you wanted in Google Docs for just GTEM, and then you could different correspondences and links and things. You could always have it in your folder in Google Docs, your own folder for yourself.
Yeah, that's great. But
Okay, so
email
let's
it
just,
to me.
I'm going to suggest, I'm just looking at the time here. It's 3:17. And what do you think, Ajna? Let's maybe just on one more minute, because again, we
Yeah.
can go back and do more, but let's then have a look at what we've got here. And
Yeah, wow. Oh, look at this. I'm just loving looking at this.
I know, it's fun, eh?
Whoa, I love it. We've been pretty, each page has some things on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes. So,
Danelia,
Yeah.
on what shows up above as page 3, like in the menu bar,
Yep.
where it says the question on the page is what inspires you about GTEM? Is
Yep.
that? Oh. Okay, I misunderstood. Sorry. Oh,
maybe some of the other responses give you more of a clue about
are you?
possible.
Is somebody adding pages because we're now up to 1 out of 16?
I'm not sure. I'm checking that out right now.
I was curious to see if there were more pages, so I was clicking forward, getting blank pages.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't know if I was creating them though.
you
Maybe
might have, Nancy. Let me see if you're
well,
right.
it says 16 and I was on 6 or
Oh.
8 and I thought I want to see what's on the other 10 pages.
Okay,
So somebody else did it. Don't blame me.
I love it. We're
I'm
just
not sure what to do, but actually I'm not going to do,
naturally
yeah,
pollinating.
exactly. I'm not going to do anything to try and fix that issue because I don't want to lose everything. So I'll ask my friend who knows a bit more. So let's just, okay. So why don't we, shall we go now to look at what we have?
Yes.
Sounds
And
good.
so
Yeah.
I'm going to share screen and then I'm going to get to a page where there's something on it. And, because yeah, there we go. Here's the first one.
Here's
Now,
page 3. Now is page 3 of 16 on my screen.
yeah, it's okay. We're just going to go with what is. So what I'm just going to do this so that we're going to see everything. And then, so somebody's on top of
Yeah,
here.
I was going to suggest perhaps a bit wider so we can all read them, or rearrange them so
That's
that
what
they can all be visible.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah. I mean, Andrea, if you want to help with that, you know how to do this as well.
I was doing that also.
Good.
I can help.
Yeah, please. So we'll just start with page 3. And who's this on the left-hand side? I want to deeply connect and communicate with trees. Who is that? Who put that up? Anybody?
That was there from the very beginning. I don't know. Did anybody leave? Maybe they put it
A
up.
few people had to leave.
Why did you want to know?
Oh, because it's just if anybody wants to say anything more about it. That's what I'm saying. We're going to ask.
It's me.
Sharon. Okay.
Yes,
Beautiful.
that was me.
Okay.
I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay. And then, all right. So now we have this orange one.
It's
Yeah,
me.
you're going to have to enlarge the orange one. Maybe make the photographs a little smaller. The text has to be larger to see it, to read it.
Right. I didn't realize, how little can fit on the sticky note.
Can they be dragged to page 2?
I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
how
what
to
I was
do
thinking.
that.
Yeah, take them to page 2 so we can.
I'm not sure how to do that. We don't have very much time. So do you want to read it, Pam, please, then?
Sure. How exciting if more people begin approaching trees with respect and honor and curiosity. Healing happens whenever we are in the presence of trees. May this become known and utilized. Soon people will be meditating with trees and doing energy work with trees, and ultimately co-creating with trees.
Yay, yay, yay.
Yeah. But I
And
don't think we have time to read every single one. I think just as an example, it's very inspiring.
Just a copy of that.
Maybe we could just look at each page, kind of overview, and then, because we want to make sure we're going to end on time.
But you said you already got it. So good.
okay, now moving to the next question. How do you imagine pollinating?
Juvenile.
Yeah, we can
I got put in juvenile.
definitely look at these.
I got put in juvie. Oh, they're just calling you that one.
Is that Reese? He's so tall. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
This has been really fun. I'm glad to discover that you've brought what do you call them?
Jamboard.
Jamboard. Wow, this is fun. I don't know.
I
If
know,
I'm
yeah.
yes, but
Yeah. So twice, we could go to something quite practical right at this moment. One of these questions was, how often do we wish to meet? So someone suggested once a month, someone else has suggested twice a month. I think I would suggest twice a month because we're starting, but that's.
Yeah, I would too, just to get
If we do it
started.
twice a month, I would suggest like the first and third of the month, first and third Wednesday or Thursday, or second and fourth. Right, so it's fixed in our mind a certain, not every other, because sometimes there's snow days and holidays, and then that every other thing gets changed around. So
You're right.
I've had that happen, so I know that that's not a good way to do it. It's best, you know, the first and third, whatever.
Great. There's lots of stuff here. Ah, look at the miscellaneous amazingness. Love it. Okay. Wow.
It's great, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So let's come back. It's 3:25. As we already shared, everybody can come back to the jam boards, and there are people still to add things. So good thing we've got extra pages, and we'll see about how we share this, whether we do take some of these ideas and put them in a list so that we can read them in a document. We may end up doing that, but leave the jam board as it is. So, all right.
Can anybody create a jam board for themselves?
Yep. Yep. It's free.
Yes.
I know.
Wow.
There we go.
Yes.
We're sharing already. We're learning from each other already.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I learned it from somebody else.
If you want to copy the link, put your clicker over in the chat area, and to the right of that link, there's three little very tiny horizontal dots, 1, 2, 3. If you click on that, it'll say copy, and then you just click on copy, and then you can put that in your contact list under Danalia.
Or GTEM. GTEM, maybe. That's our global tree elder
I do
movement.
everything by person, so
Okay.
GTEM is under you.
All right. All right.
Well,
so let's have a closing now.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I think one thing is, yeah, we'll do it twice a month, and we'll see about, you know, the every other, you know, so that it's consistent. And then between Danalia and myself, I'm traveling a lot. So for me to commit to any one particular time, you know, but we can back up for each other. So, so we'll get back to you. And I like your idea, the notion, you know, of a consistent time. So.
Yeah, I think that also I would say that I would really welcome anyone who can help, because Ejna is traveling quite a bit. So right now I'm handling a lot of the practical stuff and the meetings and the da-da-da-da-da. And I'm really busy right now. So if anyone can help, you know, work with me a little bit to do some of these things, that would be really great. Nothing's permanent, but, you know, we're posting to the group and the meeting and, you know, post jam board and all that sort of thing. So just message me privately or email me. And we've got everyone's email. Nancy, did you put your email in?
No, not in chat. I did not. I'll put it in chat.
We do have a spreadsheet, but if you want to put, I'm going to put your name in there. I can add it to the spreadsheet for you. And okay, and then let's have some kind of a closing. Is there someone?
There it is. I just put it in.
Okay.
NancyWorldPeace@gmail.com.
And it's CHOMICZ. Is that your last?
CZ, Z at the end.
In Canada, we say Z. Okay, It's all good. It's all right. All right. So who would like to offer a closing? Someone else besides Ejna and myself who would like to offer a closing today? It could be any form. A little song, a little poem, a dance. Anyone?
So long, been good to know you. So long, been good to know you.
Pam,
so
Joan,
long.
Tree Child.
I think we should come up with a cute catchy, childlike song about trees. Like instead of "You Are My Sunshine," trees, you are my sunshine, my only
My
sunshine.
tree
You make
shine.
me happy when skies
Oh,
are
I got
bluer.
one.
Okay,
Oh, somebody
Sharon.
has.
Do
Sharon's
you
got
remember
one.
the poem? No, no, I was just going to say, do you remember the poem? I think that I should never see a poem as lovely as a tree.
Oh, is that Shel
Nice.
Silverstein or who was that?
No, that's
Stevenson, maybe Robert Louis Stevenson.
it'll come to me
Okay.
later, but it's not Silverstein, right?
Okay. All right. All right.
Oh,
Love you all.
yeah.
Let's sway ourselves out with the trees. Here we go. Sway. Oh, look at this. Oh, we sway ourselves out with the trees. Okay, you
May
guys.
your roots grow deep and your trunk stand tall. May your leaves grow green and your life be long.
Yes, yes,
Beautiful.
yes.
Love you.
That's
Tree
beautiful.
song.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Namaste.
Bye. Thank you.
Namaste.